Johnny B.
Happy New Year again out to everyone, and I think we've got to kick off the show this year with a boom shot. Trust me, up online, Skillibeng from Jamaica. Wagwan, Skilly. Happy New Year, plus belated birthday blessings as well. It was your birthday on December the 23rd.
Yeah, man, thanks for your blessings, man, and big up. And said thing to the whole BBC One Extra crew, to the whole land and the whole England, said we Happy New Year. Blessings from the east side, you know.
So how old was you on the 23rd of December?
Yeah, I don't know, I turned 24 on the 23rd. Last year, I turned 23 on the 23rd. That's when I realized my birthday was kind of special.
Ah.
Last year. No, the year before last year, because we're in the new year now.
Right.
I turned 23 on the 23rd, and that was something kind of special to me. I wanted to give them a mixtape for that year, but unfortunately it didn't happen. So this year was when Skillibeng was really able to execute that.
Well, you know what? I think it probably worked out in your favor in a small little way, because you had the traction of that big single Bricks Pon Bricks at the end of the year. And then when I came to Jamaica, we linked up in February, late February, rolling into March.
That's when I released the first Prodigy mixtape in January.
Right.
Yeah, in the January after the December with Brick Pon Brick. You know, that had songs like Cocoa Tea, Black Is That, you know, songs like that, songs like Bad Freak, you know, song just Pan the Pool. Some little song where they have a buzzing at the street one way at that time.
Now, what we didn't do when I was in Jamaica was have a proper conversation to find out who is Skillibeng. And I think that it's only right that we do it right now to find out who is Skillibeng. We come from St. Thomas, the same parish of Jamaica that Chronic Law come from, the same parish of Jamaica that Popcorn come from.
I know about Bushman. I know about Taros Riley.
Ah.
You see what I say? And it's a whole barrage of artists from the eastern side of the country. So big up to every eastern as well as every artist and entertainer said we, but big up to the east.
Tell me about St. Thomas as a parish. What is it like growing up in St. Thomas as a parish, as a youth?
St. Thomas is kind of a countryside of Jamaica, you know.
Mm-hmm.
St. Thomas is a countryside of Jamaica, and it's not full of opportunity like you'd have said, like a Kingston, but at the end of the day, we never shot at nothing growing up as a kid. You see what I say? We just capitalize from what we get and teachings like stuff like how to be rough and certain way. You don't know certain thing, you know, countryman are gonna know some look a different thing from a town man.
Right.
You see what I say? They want to certain roots and something. You know them way there?
We say go find some Janga and them sitting there.
Yeah, you know them way there. So yeah. So we kind of extra Jamaican as a country person, you know? And that does that we get and I execute and I show the world, say, yo, I mean, country life is the best.
Now,
that's the real roots of anything.
When you talk about Jamaica, you're talking about wood and water. And St. Thomas definitely have a lot of wood and water.
I don't know about the wood and about it.
I knew you was gonna say that, you know.
River, you know, I say trees.
Trees and these kind of things.
And stuff like that. You know what I say?
Now, even though St. Thomas is on a high right now because of the artist, I also do a lot of watching YouTube online. Do you know Ras Mocker from Ras Kitchen out of St. Thomas?
No, Ras Mocker. Ras Kitchen.
He's a Ras that come from St. Thomas. That online is an online phenomenon. They were all heap of cooking outside on the barrel drum with the fire underneath and the original fire style and all these kind of things.
No, I'm not too sure. I'm have to do back a research because, you know, a long time I'm not too in tune with what's going on in the streets at St. Thomas, but I probably know him in face and I know him by the name.
You have to go check out Ras Thomas, because even when Popcorn goes down to Ras Mocker, because even when Popcorn goes down to St. Thomas, there's like a river stream where they've painted up like unruly on the river. It's down by a place called Sunny Hill.
Yeah.
It's down by them place there. So tell me about your growing up in St. Thomas as a youth. What was the kind of music that you was listening to? Tell me about your schooling days as well.
We usually listen a lot of Vibes Cartel and the Gaza era music growing up. So big up to Vibes Cartel and the Gaza camp and the Gaza Empire, the whole Gaza fraternity. We usually listen to Oliver Gaza. We usually listen to Movada as well. You know, just to the kind of iconic people in a dancehall now. Me usually listen to dancehall a lot. Not saying me not listen to other genres, because I listen to other genres a lot also. But I have a different kind of love for dancehall. And I mean, other from dancehall, I would say hip-hop are my other favorite genre. So you don't know. Them two genres, them I usually feed pan.
Well, if anybody listens to your music, the three things that you mentioned right there, Gaza, Vibes Cartel, dancehall, and hip-hop, you hear that kind of infused in your style. Because you are dancehall, you are Jamaican, so you're just naturally born dancehall. But you have a flow to your rhyming pattern that is very on a hip-hop kind of element, but you can hear the influences of Vibes Cartel in you as an artist. And when you did that legendary freestyle for One Extra in Big Yard Studios, you shouted out Vibes Cartel. How much did Cartel mean to you and how much did he inspire you?
I mean, Cartel mean a lot to me in terms of his music, mean a lot to me. And I mean, him go as far as to inspire me for the music. His music go as far as to inspire me for the music. And I mean, that mean a lot to me. So, big up to Cartel again, big up to the music, because at the end of the day, Cartel music just show we say raw talent is God-given. And not everybody can be able to do what we do. It's just a natural thing. And when you get that gift there for us, use advantage of it. So that is what Vibes Cartel show we as youth. Is it? Now,
the reason why I asked you about your schooling, because when you listen to your lyrical content, my gosh, it sounds like you sit down with a dictionary, a thesaurus, and all these things like daily.
Not really, because most of my songs are kind of freestyle, but schooling was good. I go Providence Kindergarten, then I go License School, then I go Mount Bay High School. License School was the primary school, Mount Bay High School was the high school. So Mount Bay High School was where Skillibeng kind of grasped most time education. You see what I say? So me even leave Mount Bay High School with a couple of subjects to say, I don't know. We kind of focused and know where I got to and know where I got towards and know what I accomplish and know what we have to do. And we've been to execute what we have to do to get where we want to reach. So big up to my schooling, big up to the whole of that, because you don't know. You can't see me that pay attention to what.
You definitely was. You was definitely paying attention, because the words that you use and the way that you construct them and put it together, it is not an ordinary way of rhyming.
Yeah, and I mean, big up to Father God said you, because I mean, Skillibeng have a natural level of education where is just a natural instinct to me. It's a natural way towards me where to sort out things and think about stuff and do my own physics towards stuff. You know, build my own explanation towards something. Them things that natural towards me. And so that was just be a next God-given sitting as well. You see what I say? Because I know everybody have even the reasonability as Skillibeng. Is it? So it's just a God-given thing. We may have to give God thanks for say, I don't know. We're being screw on.
Did you always have the ambition of being an artist musically, or was there other dreams and aspirations that you had when you was a kid growing up?
I usually love music, but not knowing I would be an artist. I usually have other plans like to be a businessman. I always love business, which music is business, said way. So that's why, because I kind of love the two of them on the same level. So I not really left out none. I still kind of do the two of them right now, because music is business.
When did you know that music was the course for you? When did it take over your life as such? When was your first thing that was like, yo, I hate this, you know?
I usually sing for myself. Sing over songs. The Vibes Cartel sing over songs. The Movada sing over a lot of songs out there. Well, but me realize a sound where forward from my voice different. even when I sing over other people's song, I execute it away with difference, away with more hear even myself sing it again. That's where I realize I'm kind of born for music. I cure it one go. So that's where I kind of discover that talent. I sing over songs, DJ over songs, them way there. Just for involved in the music overall fully. Instruments, everything. That's how I know I just love music. Anything I have to do with music, it draw me to it naturally, you know.
So you even try to play instruments, or do you play instruments?
I try to play instruments. I don't know that I like to see people play instruments. I like them things. I like, because at the end of the day, instrument playing is a whole different settings of music. It takes time and it takes devotion and it takes everything. So sometimes when I get the time, I practice to play some guitar. Sometimes I practice to play some keyboard. I usually play the drums as a kid. So you don't know them things, they just continually stay with me, them not leave.
Do you remember your first time in a studio settings and you recording your first song?
Yeah, I mean, I even usually try to record myself from home to home. I'm usually interested in the music. Usually, Digital usually give us some MP3 music player, and okay. you could record on it. Some usually play the song, the rhythm off of the computer speakers, because them time we usually have mostly desktops, laptop never too common. You see me? So usually by myself, use the speaker off of the computer, play the rhythm, and use the MP3 for record the whole song. Enough time when I at school, I listen to my song and sing, and enough time, you see me? I call my bridge and them thing there. After that, me and my friends them fifth form about that age we are try hard for record with and you know get in tune to what recording is really was, and we try but it never execute. So I have to end up going to studio. I got a couple studios still, but that studio here is a youth named Dino Dean. It's a young youth, it's a very young youth where I try, but him have a sound where, you know, we can work with. So from them time we kind of deal at the studio and we just a record. Even we usually left from school, cut from school, thief from school, got a studio. And only for them, you know them things they go.
Do you remember any of the lyrics that you used to DJ back in the day, back them time there?
Remember my first song.
Go on, let me hear this.
Remember my first gun song, I tell Pantason about it already. Pantason asked me a question already. Pan Cannabis Wiki. It was a lyrics were simple. When I rock it and I clap it, beat it and slap it. No bumbo hole can't stop it. Remember my matic camera chicken in your belly man a pocket. China one match that a chick. 16 shot. Lay down in a 9mm. One shot you cool like freezer. Second shot make them ball out like the teacher. Hallelujah like the preacher. You see me? So what does I look like? 1 2 1 2. That was the first song I write to kind of excite everybody even in my classroom. That was a classroom song.
So that's man in class, I beat rhythm.
Beat the decks and them thing then with the DJ and every man I say, oh, can't find the baddest song. I'm a DJ the song, and man I say, yo, you know, say you write a song there.
So how long did it take to get from that place to the place where people started to recognize Skillibeng, your skills?
It's just through a natural drive. It's a natural drive from me because, I mean, people mostly reluctant if you give a listening ears to new stuff. Unless, you know, it's gimmicks or, you know, just what trend now. So Skillibeng was always that person who devoted to make people hear him. Push on the music from people, play my music a lot, send it to everybody and stuff like that. I just continue, follow up my own career. Put my interest in my own thing to make people focus and see the talent is there from Skillibeng. So Skillibeng now for two. After a while, I can start them thing there. So everybody look at me and say that me I show them. You see me I say? So when I realized I really can't do that now was when I just leave high school, about 16, 17, and I read him the forward out when him CT scan with him, I can't tell if I sang on him, money for my brain, when I read him there. And Skillibeng voice a demo, a weed tune, I'm the carrot go and party, and you don't know. We get the selector for play, and you don't know, me and my friend, them a whole feel one a vibes to it, and you know, we pull it up. And after that, the second week and the third week, everybody does pull up the song off of them own. You know them way there, it all over St. Thomas. So that's when we realize, yo, you know, you're talented in a youth. And even at the time at St. Thomas, when the song the all over, I left from St. Thomas and I go like other places at Jamaica. My vision say, yo, why am I not hear my song like a Kingston, like a Nigel, St. Elizabeth, Clarendon, and it's so popular at St. Thomas. Them thing them take lessons from for no say, yo, me I do it, you know, but me not do it good enough. You see me I say? Me have to go which part. All right, I'm gonna show you an example now. We as a musician, if you want the majority to get to your music, you have to go at the central part of our Wagwan, at the central place, which is Kingston.
Is that where you saw everything change once you had taken that step and come to the capital of Jamaica?
Yes. I guess everything started because everybody across the world, across Jamaica, have them eye upon Kingston. Kingston is the capital of Jamaica. You see me, I said the airport close to Kingston, all of them things, the Kingston, everything around Kingston or through Kingston. You see me, I say? So, me just pre the level of the business and say, boy, instead of there St. Thomas, I try make my music reach this and try make my, I better make there Kingston. And it reached all over one time.
Was it difficult for you to make that journey to Kingston? I know that we spoke about this at the end of the year, but like leaving from your hometown where you've born and grown, to come to a completely different place, fast-moving Kingston. I think Kingston can be very unforgiving to the person that is not skilled in the streets. Like, how did you make that move?
I mean, it was easy for me because, you know, when me a pre, you see me, I say, we not depend on waist move, Shani B. And when I loaf, I when I have time for pre where I'm gonna think about I give him a chance for unforgiving towards we in the street. I know when I pre, I'm a father at Kingston for the music. You see me I say? And that was the only thing when I pre at the time. Only thing, forget my music out there. You see me, that was the only thing I pre.
Now, I was first introduced to your music from Gutty Bling, from Claims Records. Claims Records, for people that may not know, when you talk about Gully Bop, that are Claims Records. You get what I'm saying? And one of the things that Gutty and the whole of Claims Records team does is the artists that people are not looking at, the artists that people may not see as the next artist. They have this way of bringing through these artists. Stylex was another one with the song Here Comes Fatty. They've got a track record with bringing unknown artists to the forefront. Was that the first link that you made when you got to Kingston?
No. Usually I build up two and I think at East Side Records. You know? East Side Records is the home of Skillibeng, you know. Mm-hmm. And I mean, that was where we start putting a lot of work. Even before we get introduced to Skillibeng, we usually have the Prodigy mixtape out and a lot of projects, music videos out for the artists and everything. That just a push one I think.
So you was in the streets working?
Yeah. Yeah, so Skillibeng was kind of after. And I mean, Skillibeng is kind of a different segment. And not really segment. It's Gully Bop and Stylex and them kind of depend on a different level from them. And none of them not kind of rain on Skillibeng. Skillibeng is just a different kind of artist. And that's why Claims Record even a focus on Skillibeng career so for even so long and continuous, because my career kind of look fruitful than everybody else's career in terms of the talent I may have, in terms of the amount of work I may execute, in terms of how I do it and everything. So Skillibeng and Claims Record link up was just a link up a lot of people never want to see, and Skillibeng just a try like carry Claims Record on that different level there to make them see say Claims Record have that talent if you put youths to the world instead of a gimmick artist. You see? Yeah. Because them really can't do that. Because if them can put anybody to the world and them grab it so, them need to put some really talented artists to the world and make them grab it headway. So that was the whole vision of me linking up with Claims Record. Because me, I tell you, at the first of everything, I never did I go link with Claims Record.
Seriously?
Yeah.
How comes?
But as I did, no, because made a the whole collection from the people them, or them would have pre me as an artist, which they did take me as a one-hit wonder.
Right.
So it was I'm make up my mind even before the whole thing say, yo, me know it I gotta take harder work for people. Not pre me as a little joke artist. I'm ready for it. That was the whole argument with me and Bling. Cause Claims Record mostly let out a lot of gimmicks thing.
Mm.
You see me I say, and it was a hard decision for me even for work with them from my first project where I go to the world. You see me? Me just make up my mind and know say, yo, I have a lot of work for do to make them see me as a concrete and a column in a dancer.
Your style is very different. You get what I'm saying? So immediately, I suppose that you could have been put into that pocket. With your style, did you meet a lot of resistance to the way that you were spitting, your rhyming pattern, your flow? Like you're not an artist that you listen to one song one time. You have to listen to that song there like 5 times to actually hear lyrically, like the freestyle you did for One Extra. I had to listen to that about 10 times to really hear what the hell you was going on with. You get what I'm saying? But that for me is the mark of a great artist, because that it's like me listening to Biggie Smalls right now, one of my favorite rappers ever. When I listen to Biggie, like 20 years later, I'm still hearing lines that connect together. I was like, rah, you know, so I never even noticed that's what he was doing with the rhyme.
Yeah. People never really reluctant towards my flow. My style, my execution, and my music. People always gravitate to it because it's a fresh sound. People always want new sounds and new stuff. And same as people kind of love my style of music. Is there?
That's it. How did you get the name Skillibeng?
The name Skillibeng was a chosen name by me. Me chose a name for myself, and over the years, everybody have a name pattern, like them name have a meaning, or who can forward up with the biggest or the deepest meaning, or you know them way there. I not go for that, because at the end of the day, enough time I sit down and I try to think about a name where would I connect them with them. I said, no, I don't need to stress out myself to do that. This name, Skillibeng, have a thing about it, you can represent dancehall itself. Instead of go for search a meaning for Skillibeng, the meaning of Skillibeng is dancehall. It isn't a word within the dictionary or encyclopedia or anyone. That is a name I pick for myself where I hear people sing it from them time there as a little slang thing.
I was just about to say, because you hear something like e-commerce, Skillibeng bang, Skillibeng bang.
So when a man says Skillibeng now, them have to go say dancehall or something we have to do with dancehall or reggae music. You see me I say? So it's a natural name. It's the best name for me right now. I don't want to talk name still.
What I would say is your breakout single, Bricks Pon Bricks. That's the record that brought you to the world. That's the record that kind of brought your skills from the Skillibeng to the world. Would you agree that that's the breakout song for you?
Brick Pon Brick?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it is. It definitely is. And it's still one of the biggest songs for Skillibeng. And I mean, because of the amount of records Skillibeng been put in, a lot of my work them kind of get overshadowed. Because and me still believe say even Brick Pon Brick still have a little lifespan in it said way, where a lot of people hear it and would have loved to hear it and enjoy it. So it still have a little way to go.
That record kind of helped change the sound of dancehall, or bring this new sound of dancehall to the forefront, the trap dancehall sound that they talk about. You get what I'm saying? That's like the poster boy record for that sound. Describe to me what is trap dancehall for people that don't know or understand Is there a term called trap dance, or do you accept that term, trap dancer?
I mean, I accept it, but as a musician, trap dancer is just a thing where, you know, them just a guitar name. Because at the end of the day, Skillibeng don't really go off a trap dancer. Go off a good music. I said to them, I feel like I sing a souls. Tomorrow I feel like I just kill 70 people on a rhythm. Tomorrow is a whole girl vibe. Tomorrow, the other day is a weed. Even the same day. 4 different vibe, 5 different vibe on one day. I just like to be optimistic. Nobody enough to know where I forward with. And Big Pan Brick was just a thing like that to surprise them.
What would you say to those people that think that trap dancehall has changed the sound of dancehall too much, taking it away from the golden years of dancehall, I suppose, like the 90s, mid-90s?
I mean, them free for complain, but at the end of the day, we know it's good for the music. Because at the end of the day, people were just born, kids were just born in a full era now, have a good time listening to them parents set a music with them listener, them. It have to continue go by a process.
Is that what you see it as? Like, obviously, 90s dancehall is not your era of where you born and grown up.
Not my era when I listen to them I like.
Do you see 90s dancehall or that boom, 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 that sound of dancehall? Do you see that sound of dancehall as your parents' music as such?
Yes. I feel them kind of thing. I feel them music that we listen it and all our vibe, you know, said we, you know. And you know what we left to do? Give them homage. For make we know and say, yo, we can do this too. No disrespect, but it's not for we genre we want. Sit down and listen and enjoy. We have to build new music and new sounds to the people them straight. So nothing wrong with if we go to boom and mix a dancehall with a hip-hop beat, because hip-hop being a take with full style and music, and I use it, all them want to use it on the biggest platforms of music.
Do you feel that your generation of artists and producers and musicians, just this new generation, do you think they're under fire too much with this criticism of new sound of dancehall and old sound of dancehall?
No, yes, I mean, Shanaby, that is a good thing for me, because criticism build people. And at the end of the day, the younger youths were in a dancehall now for use that and build themselves and create better music until them get accepted. Because music business is a non-stop game. Same thing, my father Big Pan Brick, them and say me I want into wonder. Nobody now said that right now again.
How has your life changed since that record has come out? Because literally it was the end of 2019 that record really kind of blew.
Life completely changed after that. And I mean, it's not because of a Big Pan Brick song, it's because of me or hard my work. You see what I say? Because if I could find other songs to counteract to Big Pan Brick and keep up the good work, we're more there.
How has your life changed since that? Since all of that? People don't even call me Big Boss no more. I have so many slangs, so many aliases. Mr. Universe, Ed Shell out, the Prodigy. You see what I say? It's a whole different collect, you know? The people them love Skillibeng and them, you know, them accept Skillibeng as an artist. No, not. I just a youth where I try something. You see what I say? So it kind of changed my life a whole heap from Big Pan Brick. People kind of see me now as a person where them can rely upon for music. So it kind of changed my life a whole lot. Is it hard for you to stay grounded and stay humbled?
No, because this is me. This is me. When I show to them, that's me. So nothing never ever really changed. I never put on a show at no time.
Would you agree that there's a lot of stumbling blocks for young artists that do find that one song, that do find a career in the music, then all of a sudden money is coming in, girls are rolling in, vehicle are going, you're flying out, you got the bag of hanger-oners. How do young artists navigate around all of that? Because I think that is a major thing in Wagwan in dancehall, always been going on in dancehall, but then the hype, those 4 letters, HYPE kicks in, and then it all goes frigging wrong.
You see, all me deal with that still. I have a focus where I always remember as a child, I wake up and see my father go to work to open a shop 9 o'clock every morning. Every morning in a Shani B. All on holiday, no. Every morning in a Shani B. For what? And him not have to do it. Him not have to do it. But that is an example for Skillibeng. Stay in the studio. Continue work. Because all of the work we are putting now after then.
And in 2020, you definitely put in that work. You had a string of releases.
5 days for the year.
How much time do you spend in the studio?
Most of my time. Most of my time. My dad studio every day.
Because you've released 35 tracks on the Prodigy mixtape. But throughout the year, Mr. Universe, like my assistant producer on the line right now, she's like, Shawnee, Mr. Universe, that's my song. I need more songs like that from Skillibeng. My song was definitely 50 bag. Crocodile Teeth go on with a bag of things. Then you had the song with Jada Kingdom. Yalla shit. Yeah, like you've been busy. Like how
them hopscotch Shani B. Now wicked them up. Yeah, man, Shani B. Just a thing where you see when you do something for your own and see where you're able to do and accomplish, you want to keep that going. And everybody have the drive. It's all about the drive and the determination. As a person, as an individual, because you have to be that even that mentor in your surrounding. Because people you have around you, then we drag you now and hold with them. Because them probably lazy and not the vision where you have. And then probably make you become complacent because you are say, boy, see that everybody has an that's a easy. When I kill up myself, I'm not pre them where they shall be. Me, I have to do it for myself, I do it, you know. And I just done this so. I have to do it for myself, I do it. I have to keep my focus, I have to execute anything on myself I have to do.
Well, the last 12 months of work that you've put in with all the records that I mentioned, and I have to apologize, it wasn't Mr. Universe, it was Torpedo that my assistant producer loved. That's her song, that's her.
It's a good thing that, you see what I say?
Hundreds, and you put in that work and you've become one extra's Hot for 2021 artist. What does that mean to you?
No good. Yeah, you hear that? No good. Boom, clad. All right. What am I going to do?
I was going to ask a question. What does that mean to you? Like, but I think from your reaction,
everything to me, Shani B. Them thing, I mean, everything to me. Them thing I what we do music for. For numbers go up, for ratings go up, for people respect we and see what we are do and see the amount of work we put in. And them thing I what we are going for. If I have my nomination, even the nomination me there for. You see what I say? Because them thing I work for. And we born come see Bob Marley I do it. And in a day we do it. Him dead. And him still in music, still I do it for him. I'm feeling family. So where we can get out of it as talented youths.
So I have to, like how you mentioned Bob, and we're going to talk about your mixtape. 35 tracks on the mixtape. I listened to the 35 tracks. It's very violent though, Skilly. And yeah. Bob wasn't violent like that. So how do you draw that comparison?
No, the comparison. I mean, Bob was a Rastafarian.
Mm-hmm.
He's a young youth. We are got you. So I'm a Christian, I'm a Rasta. So I have a young set of crowd I entertain. You see me I say, we're full of adrenaline. You see me I say, we need, if I even for feel brave. You see me I say, so that, them little thing there, like the comparison that even make me feel no way because at the end of the day, lyrics are just lyrics. And when man go in the studio, I'm a DJ, I'm done. We just put them together and release out. It's not a thing where, you see me I say, when I promote violence, I just art that. You see me I say?
And Skilly, I keep it real with you. I grew up listening to some of the most violent, horrible records out there. You get what I'm saying? But here I am doing what I do in 2021. I've got a young 15-year-old. I know that he listens to some of those kind of things there as well. I can't be a hypocrite and tell him, say, yo, you can't listen to that. When I know I was listening to NWA, I was listening to Bounty Killer, talk about New Gun, Big Shot, Wicked Man, Burst, and all these kind of things. For me, it's an art form. I do see it like an art form. But when you see...
no way for people to enjoy themselves better than making them feel inferior. People rely upon music for a certain kind of drive in a Shana B. For go through them day. You know? When you listen Bob Marley in a big man, trust me, you relax and easy somewhere. Trust me.
But you know what? Even though it's a revolution music as well, sometimes Bob Marley make me feel like ready, like more want to go to war.
No, I never feel him with it.
When Bob Marley I sing about war and these songs there, sometimes it builds up that energy within me to say, yo, when I say war, you know, I'm chatting about to fight the system, the system you're talking, you know.
Yes.
Get up, stand up, them kind of song there.
Yes. And no, them thing they kind of wise we up. Them thing they will matter wise we up. And we need them thing there.
How do you take the criticism though to hear, even from somebody like me, because I have to make sure that I keep that balance there, and I want you to paint the picture of what the mixtape is all about when you are faced with the criticism of that it's very heavy in one way. There's and we're going to talk about some of the other songs on there, but I just want to talk about that, just that section there for a little while. For you, it's just purely art.
Yeah, it's just merely art for me, and I get a compilation of instrumentals and I just go by where the instrumental inspire me for do. You see me I say? And if a man want to say, boy, I sing about be a violence, him can go listen to some Bob Marley and them thing there, Shani B and some other artists, him now for all over my section. You see me I say? Because I'm the first person for sing violent. People sing even worse things more than me in music. You see me I say? So at the end of the day, Skillibeng has even so much other good music where people can listen to, where that even affect me. Because I know say this project is not the last project, and it still isn't even the first project.
Well, I want to talk about the standout track for me is You Can't Stop Us. Like, when I heard that song there, that was like, yes, see it here. I love the production on it. It's got that Afrobeats kind of skipping drums production in it, but yet still, it's still very dancehall. It finds you in a different tone as well. Like, say, yeah, take on the singing as well, my brother. Like, but
that was even an old song too, which I requested to be on the mixtape again because it never gets certain recognition. And see, even Shani B now recognize the song, and that was something where I kind of go off because he sang the record already and even really.
Don't do this.
But some of those get and go back on the mixtape.
Voila, on the screen a freeze. Oh, we're good now.
Yeah, man, somebody that card.
Okay. So that song is back on the mixtape. So tell me, how has the reactions been to the Prodigy mixtape? 35 tracks deep. It goes in, man, I tell you, like, even though we talk about the criticisms for it, but I still like the rhymes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the criticism always I got the Shana B. That has nothing to do with me as an entertainer.
How was the mixtape? How was it performed for you? What's been the feedback so far?
The feedback excellent, because I mean, even the first night when the mixtape released, The mixtape release 12 a.m. in the morning. 12 a.m. in the morning, and about 40,000 people up waiting on the mixtape.
40,000 people were sitting and waiting on the mixtape.
Yeah, 40,000 people sit up and wait on the mixtape. So it's trying to be, that's kind of crazy. That is crazy. And in less than 2 weeks, Audio Mac almost reached 4 million.
What?
And even start sharing. Yeah. You can check it right now. My number's crazy for Audio Mac, bro.
It seems that Audio Mac has been very good to you, that's like your chosen platform to get out there. Even the discussions that I've had with people over there, like Tanya and all the rest of it, they're like,
I've been good to them.
No, Tanya has told me that.
I've been good to them too, because I continuously give them all of the hot tracks first and stuff like that. Make sure, you know what I say? Some little thing I always look out for Audio Mac certain way. Make sure so them have all release and all of the thing them get in the views them for the hot song them and them thing there. So them love me. And we have a kind of good relationship. So big up to Audio Mac said it.
It also seems that you've brought a lot of the younger artists over there as well to say, yo, this is the platform for you guys. And I know that Audio Mac definitely kind of like represents and focuses on the younger artists, the unreleased artists that ain't got their music on Spotify and all these kind of places.
Yeah. And I mean, Skillibeng is just kind of example for a lot of youths. Now, so that's why I said a lot of youths venture to Audio Mac and stuff like that, because them see the footstep of the artists I take.
Now, another track off the album that I was feeling, but when I was listening to it, I was like, hold on, are we going to get a verse or is it just the chorus that's on there? The pre-record with Popcorn.
Yeah, man, that's a project done from like how much months ago? About 4 months ago, 4 or 5 months ago, Shani B. That song the recording, and it was just a song where me and Popcorn at the studio, and him say I have a rhythm, so me I sing a song, and like him I say, Skilly, why you sing one part in the song, so? And him mumbling. I'm gonna say, yo, make that stay, so I'm just repeat it as a hook. And that's how the chorus come in. And so I say, some just full up the verse space then with beer bars and we have a tune. And so that was kind of a enjoyment project for me and Papi. It was just natural.
That record seems like Don't Get Involved. It's a St. Thomas bridging and bridging link up. It seems like Papi is definitely giving you that kind of strength as well. God, I see you popping everywhere we see Papi, we see kind of Skilly sometimes as well. It seems like there's a great relationship between you two.
Yeah, man, me and Papi good like that, man. Cause you know what, Papi look out for youths, them, young artists, them, man, one different way. So I say, no, me know Papi, to know Papi from long time. St. Thomas, me know Papi, cause I don't know St. Thomas artist and sitting, but Papi ever look out for Skillibeng. He always want to Skillibeng reach at some level where nobody know to pray for Skillibeng. You see me I say? And I respect him for that, because him even is a motivation to Skillibeng to say way, because if I'm a star, I tell you, say, yo, you know, you have to reach certain level and you need to reach some level and you have a talent to do it. Them things are kind of inspirational. So big up to Popcorn. Popcorn is just a mentor for Skillibeng and an example. Because I grew up, I listen to Popcorn, as I say, Gaza and all of them things there. You see me I say, so I just have a level of respect for Popcorn, but different. You see me I say, because he look out for me. You see me I say, I make sure, say, yo, everything go to the artist. I make sure, say, yo, I keep on doing me, I'm always active musically. You see me I say? So big up Popcorn, I'm a G like that.
You must be really excited for the world to open up, for you to start traveling the world, going to all these different locations where your music is hitting the Europes, hitting the UK, hitting the States. Like, how much are you anticipating for you to get out there to do your job?
I mean, just like how anybody would anticipate to see Skillibeng right now, so I really want some fans right now and get to interact with my fans, perform for them, give them my energy, said way. I say, man, say, so we just can't wait for that part I really for start back.
Outside of Jamaica, where do you think is your hottest spot for your music?
Trinidad, from Trinidad to Cayman to New York. All of the Caribbean country, them kind of run it Skillibeng, you know. England too, as well. England and America, would I say. And then after that, Canada.
It seems like the
then
dancehall...
after the Canada, you have Africa.
Africa, you want to reach?
Yeah, because the people them love Skilly over there. But so you have Africa, you have Canada.
You mentioned Trinidad. You mentioned Trinidad, and it seems like the dancehall scene in Jamaica and the Trinidad scene in Trinidad seems to be walking pretty much parallel paths, where the youths them have their own movement. People like Swanee, who is on the mixtape, Boy, all of these artists, they seem to be very much like in sync with what are going on in Jamaica as well.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, them are the dancehall music, and dancehall is Jamaican music. So them have to keep in tune with we as dancehall people. You see me, I say, because them are the dancehall music, it's not them not the Trinidadian music. So that's why the relationship between Jamaica and Trinidad kind of like this now, you know?
It's very tight right now. So we linked up last year around this kind of time, and here you are, hot for 2021 on BBC Radio on 1Extra. It's a next level that you've moved on. It's a next step that you've made, and it's been pure growth. Where would you like to see yourself in 12 months' time, Skilly?
You know, so a lot of times, you know, really to pre them thing they trying to be. But that's why I know, I'm still a work. I say, because at the end of the day, you know, I'm not count blessing, you know. Yeah,
just work on the blessings.
Work and blessings will always be there. You see what I say? So blessings are going to be there even in abundance, because we're not focused on that. You see what I say? Good music, we focus on that all the time.
Mad. Well, Skilly, it's been a great link up with you. Like I said, I didn't get the opportunity to sit down and get to know the person. And just a few times that we've spoken throughout like the 2020 online, and then when we linked up with Jabilani, I said, you know what? There's somebody that's a lot deeper behind the music that he is releasing right now. So I give thanks for the link up, you know what I'm saying? I say more music, more help, more strength, and blessings for 2021, my brother.
Yeah, man, same to you, Shana B. Same to BBC, 1Extra said to same to England, same to Jamaica, same to America, Canada, and all of the East Side fans, them throughout the whole world, throughout the whole universe, even if you listen to my music, big them up, said we. Is there?